So I got fired on my first day of work.
Let me tell y'all how I got fired on my first day of work. I got fired my first day motherfucking working.
I got fired after one day. Let's get into it.
Guess who got fired on their first day? It was me. All because I asked for a bass piece.
Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to hear stories about people who got fired from their job on the first day. So as we go through these, we are going to decide if the firing was justified or not. So you let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Let's get into it.
I got trained for 2 days last week. I asked the person who trained me for a bass piece to plug up my phone. He looks at me like he's confused, like he doesn't know what I'm talking about. So I tell him, I'm looking for like the bottom piece that you plug up your phone. And last time I was here, I seen like a whole cup full of them. And I'm just wondering if I could, borrow one because my phone's on 8% and I rushed to get here 30 minutes early. Then he looks at me even more confused. He's like, "It's for you?" I'm like, "Yeah, I need to borrow it. Like, I can't go anywhere. I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to steal it." This motherfucker shoos me like I'm a dog or something, looks at me in disgust and goes, "I don't have time for you," right? So I go to my DSP after, washing my face off, cooling down, whatever, cool. This motherfucker then says nothing. I'm like, "Hey, I don't mean to come off like a bitch or anything, but I really need a charger. My phone's about to die, This is my first day here. I don't know where anything is. Can you help me?" So he looks all confused, like he doesn't know what I'm talking about. I'm like, "So how hard is it to find a bass piece for a phone? My phone is about to die." Then all of a sudden, I just was like, okay, it is what it is. Tells me to go to the cafeteria. I go to the cafeteria. I'm talking to the cleaning lady. We're talking about the area that I live in. Everything's cool. Then 15 minutes later, he comes out and he's like, "Well, we've continued to view, your profile, and we're not going to continue with the hiring process. You can leave." So I ask him, I'm like, "Is there any particular reason on why I'm getting fired or what?" Then he goes, "Oh, you're rude. I've worked with people like you." Basically, to summarize it, he basically made it seem like I was a liability to the company because of my attitude.
You came in there act like they should be responsible for keeping your phone charged. Like that's like what? Like that's not my fault. You didn't charge your phone last night or this morning or whenever. We can't be responsible for that. And besides, you at work. What do you want to use your phone to keep your phone charged for? To do what? Talk on your phone at work?
When I told him, I'm like, "Well, for starters, I waited 3 weeks to get this job. I'm frustrated because people are not being, cordial or nice with me. I'm asking for a bass piece. My phone's about to die. I'm panicking. I'm frustrated. Nobody's helping me. Somebody just shooed me like a fucking dog, and they're invalidating my whole experience. You tell me I'm not friendly and I'm rude, and I'm explaining to you how this 3 weeks of waiting for this job damn near left me homeless, and I really need this job. And you still continue to tell me that I'm fired, and you're not hearing anything. You're standing on business, and if I don't leave the property, I'm going to get fired or taken off forcibly. So I need help with any kind of workplace discrimination, or I need stories because, I know I can't be the only person or black woman who's gotten fired on their first day at Amazon for a logistics company or for Peanuts Parcel.
What did they discriminate against you? People without bass pieces for their charger? Is that who they're discriminating against? Yes, you might have saw a whole cup full of bass pieces or whatever previously, but you don't know what that was for. You don't know what that used for. You don't know they're actually letting people use those. You just came in here assuming. You said, "Give me a bass piece. Help me find a bass piece so I can charge my phone." You didn't say, can I? Do y'all allow? You just said, where one at? Because my phone died.
I got fired after one day. Let's get into it. So I was going to be a dance instructor for this dance company, and I'm not going to name names yet. I told them my dance history. I told them my background. They were cool with all of it. They didn't care. They're like, oh yeah, we'll train you and you'll get it. So my first day, I learned 5 different dances within 3 hours. And yeah, it was a lot of information and a lot of dances to learn within that 3-hour time frame. But they kept on telling me, don't worry, you got this. Within a week or two, and when you keep doing this, you'll get it down. So they told me not to come in the next day because they have an impact day and they had no one to train me. I come in the next day and they fire me. They fire me because I couldn't get any of these dances down within 3 hours.
You you applied to be a dance instructor, but you yourself can't even get the dances down. How you supposed to teach people? You can't even learn the stuff. I don't know. I don't think that job is for you. Like, most dance instructors, you show them something once and they got it. Boom, I can do it. Maybe it's just not for you. Maybe you're supposed to be in the class, not leading the class. Maybe,
Hey y'all, I got fired on my first day of work. Let me tell you how I got fired my first day working. I got fired my first day motherfucking working.
Okay.
And the reason why, I'm still trying to think, like, it has to be a better reason why. But the reason why is the owner did not like the way I looked at him. And it looked like I might be a problem. So just get rid of me completely. That's what I was told.
I seen the look you just gave right there. Was that the look? Sometimes you can just tell people gonna be a problem, or you think they're gonna be a problem, and you just say, you know what, I'm gonna get rid of them now because I don't want to deal with it. And
I'm still trying to figure out, like, is it because I'm dark skinned? Are you a colorist? Because this is a black man. So I'm trying to figure out, like, what's the real reason? Because that is crazy. You didn't give me a chance. You didn't get, like, come on now.
I think we do need more context with this. Like I need to hear from the manager. Like, what was said right before the look. Like if I am the manager and I ask you to do something, it's your first day, and you go, oh, you make a face like the first day, and you already upset that I've asked you to do something? Yeah, you might be a problem. Most people try to be on their best behavior day one, and you come in there with a stank face already. you gotta go.
Let me tell y'all how I got fired on my first day of work. So last Friday, I went to this temp service and I had applied to see what type of positions they had available for me to work, like either trucking or, a warehouse job. Of course, it was a warehouse job. So the lady, she had called me yesterday, which was Monday, around about like 8 o'clock when they opened up. She was like, hey, I found you a job, such and such, such and such. And she was like, the pay is, I'm like, okay. She was like, be there at 8 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday, which was today. So yeah, I get to the place, get in there. And then so I'm walking in the inside with some other guy or whatever. And the guy had took me to the office to where I needed to go. His boss was like, let him work with you today or whatever. And the man drives a forklift, the man that I'm supposed to be with. I don't have no fucking forklift experience. So the dude was like doing some stuff with the pallet. He was like, hey, so I'm gonna get you to just, cause he was like, he wanted the boss man wanted me to help him or whatnot.
Man.
So he was like, just get the stuff off the shelf or whatever. He was getting some stuff off the pallet and putting it down low to where we was just stocking the shelf or whatnot. Some shelf with the drinks or whatnot. So yeah, it was hot as fuck while I was doing the shit. And I got kind of bored. Cause we was just standing in one spot literally. And I'm not no type of person that like to stand in one spot. I like to be moving around. Like, I don't like just standing still that long. Or, just standing in one spot. I like walking around. Then it was already hot. So they wasn't even making it no better. Like, it was hot as hell and stuffy. And then the forklift, I'm behind following the forklift and shit. It's hot. It's more heat coming off of that. So I'm like, oh my gosh. And so, I was just still working, getting the stuff off of the pallet on shelf. And then I had a marker trying to, to write down the stuff that's on the pallet, like how much was still left, and write it down. And so it was slow or whatever that the man was saying. It was kind of slow. And I was just still standing around listening to my music on my phone or whatever. And I had the marker sheet. I was writing on this plastic, basically the plastic that you wrap around the product or whatever. And shit, I was like, bun was here. And so I had went to another area. And when I was at that area, the boss man had came up. He was like, hey, what's your name again? I'm like, he was like, what you go by? I'm like, Bun. He was like, so you writing on the products? I'm like, you mean the plastic? He was like, that's the product. He was like, I'm gonna have to actually leave. I'm like, okay, shit, I was gonna leave anyway.
You writing your name on the package material that they package stuff with and send out to people? Why did you think that was gonna be okay? In what world is that okay when I want to get a package with writing on the plastic that say Vaughn is here? They had to throw all that away. You costing them money on the first day for doing something stupid. Let's just say what it is. Stupid. Like, you can't find nothing else to do but to write your name on stuff. It's crazy.
Because when I first got there, the hour, I went in there like a complete hour. I had caught them people like, I can't do this. It's too hot. This not what it was too hot in there. I mean, I could do it for the money, but it was just too hot to be in there doing it for that little, no. And so I'm like, okay, shit, you made it even better for me. Shit. But y'all, like, how the fuck do you get fired on your first day? Like, on your first day. That shit is crazy. And I had to go buy some fucking steel-toe boots from Walmart yesterday. Guess what? I took them bitches right the fuck back. No. I'm finna keep them. Took that and got my money back. Yeah. Got my money right back.
And I'm laughing at them, but I got fired on my first day before too. I was actually through a tip service, just like that one. But I'll tell y'all that story at the end. You gotta stick around for that. Let's go.
I got fired on the first day of work before my shift even started.
Me getting fired the first day of work before my shift at GHP buys homes or buys houses, however it is. So I was supposed to work Monday, this past Monday. What day was that? Hold on. So Monday, June 23rd, this just happened, 2025. So my shift was from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m., right? So I get there at 2 o'clock on the dot. But I had to turn onto the parking lot, but it was traffic. Their business is on a busy street. If you didn't know anything about Manchester, it's a busy street. So it took me about a minute and a couple seconds to turn on the parking lot from a major street. So by this time, it's like 2:01, a little after 2:01. So I'm looking at my watch too. I have an Apple Watch. So I'm looking at my watch. I'm like, okay, it's 2:01, get to the door. It's 2:02. So I'm like, okay. I was supposed to be here. Remind you, I was supposed to be here at 2 p.m. It's my first day. So I get to the door. The owner, he greeted me with, I can laugh now, y'all. He greeted me with, "You late." That's what he said. It's 2:02. I looked at my watch. I said, "Oh, okay." I'm like, okay. He like, "You late. You're not a good fit." He said, "This ain't gonna work." That's exactly what he said. He said, "You late." That's what he said. Hold on. He said, he said, "You late." Looked at my watch, 2:02. He said, "You not gonna be a good fit." So I'm like, it's just 2:02, So I said, okay, thank you. Like, I'm not gonna beg for no. This was a job. I'm a licensed real estate agent. You can get a job anywhere. Like, I can go anywhere. I don't need you for real, for real. But it's just a thing. Like, you wasted my time. Like, I felt like you been knew that you didn't want me to work for you. For whatever reason, you really didn't want me to work for you. Like, for me to only be literally 2 minutes, like literally, it had just turned 2:02, like literally.
I think it was a test, and you failed. All right. Yeah, it was only 2 minutes, and if you was probably working there for 4 or 5 months and you came in 2 minutes late, it'll be cool. But first of all, this is your first day, okay? You show up early, but something about traffic made you 2 minutes late. Crazy. Uh, but the test happened when you walked up there and he said you late, and you looked down at your watch like you ain't late. You knew you knew you was late. It's your first day. Your first response should be, "I'm sorry." This is day one. "I'm sorry I'm late," because technically you were. But instead of saying, "I'm sorry I'm late," you see the traffic right there that held me up for 2 minutes. Instead of saying that, you looked down at your watch like he was he was wrong, or he was ridiculous, or you weren't really late. Well, technically you were late. It's a test, and you failed. As soon as you failed it, he said, "You know what? This ain't gonna work." You got fired before you entered the door. It's crazy. Uh, let's go.
So for me to be 2 minutes late, I was supposed to be there at 2 p.m. and I got there at 2:02 p.m. Central Time at that. And you talking about I'm late. Oh, okay, I'm late. Okay. So by 2:03, I was gone. Once I said, okay, thank you, I was gone. Because I'm not finna go back and forth with you for what? Like, I just felt like it was a whole book of bullshit. Like, that's exactly how I felt. Like, I felt like it was a whole book of BS. Like, you wasted my time, you wasted your time, you wasted my energy. Like, you could have called me. You could have did that. You could have called me and been like, I no longer need you or whatever, because 2:02, like, really? 2:02? Now, if it was 2:05, maybe 5 minutes, 2:10, I pull up, like, hold on. But you saw me. You were standing at the door. You were standing at the door. You saw me trying to turn on the light.
Just because you would have gave people to 2:05 or whatever does not mean he would have. You, it is not your rules. It's his. He the owner. It's his rules. Okay? It's just like, living in your mama house. If you don't like the rules, get out. Okay? It's the same thing. It's his rules. So, yeah.
So today I hired a new employee and I fired him all within the same day. I interviewed this guy really late last night and I liked him so much I told him he could show up for his first day the following morning. So, like with all my new employees, I put them on a couple routine refills with some of my more experienced guys. And everything was going great. My employees were saying he was learning stuff really quickly, he was asking questions, and he seemed to have a lot of prior knowledge about the business. Everything was going great up until I go to my computer and I look at the current status of all my ATMs. Now, when we do refills, I tell my employees to put in an exact amount of cash into every single machine. For example, if we loaded $5,000 into one machine, we are loading $5,000 into every machine for that day. So I go into my system and I look at all the machines that he refilled for that day, and every machine that he refilled was off by $40 or $60. So I ask my employees about it, and then Reggie texts me saying that the new guy looked really nervous. And Reggie told me that the new guy was doing everything he could to try to get the attention off of him. So then I told Reggie to tell him to turn out his pockets, and what do you know, over $200 fell out of the new guy's pocket. Like, from every refill, he would take like 20 to 40 bucks from the stack of cash that was gonna go in the machine. My employees come back, they tell me about it, and then I fire him right on the spot. And what's funny about all of this is if he just worked for me the full day, he would have made way over that $200 that he had to steal. Just some people can't control themselves when they see that much cash.
I don't understand stealing from work. You are there to make money. Why would you take that away from yourself, or why would you risk losing that? And especially the first day. That's day one. You don't know how things work. You think, you don't even know that he can tell how much money is in the machine without actually being there. You didn't even know that. Because it's day one. You don't have time to learn that yet. Everybody else knew that. They knew that was stupid. But you didn't, because it's day one. Dang, man.
So I got fired on my first day at work. Story time. So I was supposed to be starting today at a popular ambulance company. I'm not going to say the name, but I'm pretty sure y'all can figure it out. I quit my previous job that I loved to do this because the benefits are better, the pay was better, and the hours are supposed to be better. And as much as I love that previous job, I got a child to think about, and I need more money, and I need better benefit. So I live in Arkansas, and we got snow. And if you know anything about Arkansas, we don't usually get snow. We don't get snow often. So when we do get it, everything shuts down. I mean, like schools, jobs, Walmart closes, and Walmart don't ever close. So instead of taking my car, instead of saying, ooh, I can't make it, I took my mom's SUV. She said I could take her SUV. And I have never had to drive in snow before, because every job I've had previous to this, I've always been off when it snowed. So I'm headed to work. I'm taking the main streets instead of getting on the freeway because I didn't know what the freeway was like. And where I live is kind of where the city starts meeting like the rural area. So there are a lot of hills. There's there's forest. So there's deer running back and forth. There's animals running around. So I'm like, I'm going to take the city streets, and not try to get on the freeway because I don't want to be stuck on the freeway and it's not clear. Like, I'm terrified. So, long story short, I get there almost an hour late. But I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to be apologetic. I'm going to let them know, I live in this city. It's kind of far. I've never had to drive in the snow before. It took me longer than usual. But now that I know, I can prepare better for next time. And I'll be here on time. She did not care. So, she's like, she lets me in. She's like, you're late. And I'm like, well, yeah, I live in this city, blah, blah, blah. Same thing I just told. She's like, well, the roads from this city to here are clear. So, and the city she's talking about is right past where I live. So maybe 5 minutes further than where I'm from. And she's basically saying we can get here. Why couldn't you get here? And I'm like, well, that's fine and dandy, but baby, I'm not used to driving in snow. I got here as quick as I could. I risked my daggone life getting here for this job. So she calls this other woman in her office and she's like, I don't think we can, it's already an hour in and we can't go back and go over what we just went over, and we gave out uniforms and stuff already, so I just don't think we can go any further. And they walked me out. And I'm just like, are you fucking serious? It's snowing, bitch. 2 to 3 inches of snow not on the street, because Arkansas don't got snow plows and salting and all of that shit. So we're literally driving on streets with snow on them. This is literally what the road back to my house looks like. That is the street, and that up there is a hill that I have to drive over to get back home. Oh, and another thing, she tried to call me a liar because She was like, well, why didn't you call? I was like,
That's what
well,
I'm
I didn't
saying.
have a number to call because the emails that y'all sent me didn't have no damn phone number. She was like, every email that we sent had a phone number on it. And when I got back in the car, I went and looked, and not one of them damn emails had a damn phone number on it. Then she was like, we tried to call you all last week and didn't get an answer. First of all, yes, I saw that you called me, but I was working my previous job. I can't just answer the phone while I'm at work. And I even tried calling the number back a couple times, and they either didn't answer, or one time somebody picked up and then hung up. So I'm thinking, okay, these are spam callers, like spamming me. So no, I'm not about to answer it no more. So long story short, fuck that job, and hopefully I can get my old job back.
Yeah, okay. So I was gonna ask you that too. Why didn't you call and let them know you was gonna be late? But she said it was phone number in the email. Maybe it wasn't, but there's always Google. Okay. Hey, you could have easily Googled, stopped on the side of the road or before you left and said, Google the business and get a number and call them and let them know what's going on. This is day one. Day one, you're an hour late without calling to let us know. Like, first impression is everything. You might be a great worker. You might be. But your first impression, or the first impression they have of you, is being late, not calling, and also, we tried to call you last week and you ain't answering the phone. I don't want that person working for me. If that's my introduction to them, it's only downhill from there. And so nope, you gotta go.
POV. You get fired for not being properly trained without breaking any rules.
Didn't nobody come to me yesterday. Didn't no one ask. Didn't know when. Nobody came to me. This is what I'm telling you. No one came to me. No one asked questions on what I needed help with. No one also asked questions on how I was feeling, why I wasn't doing as good of a job as everybody else.
Somebody training you today?
Yeah, I had another trainer. He didn't even know where I left off. He's confused. So for me to have a trainer yesterday that wasn't equipped and had the right tools to train me is crazy, and it's my fault. That makes no sense.
Whoa. Okay, let's go back here. So I'm not doubting that you have the knowledge on the equipment. I think it's just the processes. We get people every day, almost every day, right? And each person is a little different. So yes, you were with someone yesterday, maybe with someone new. So I think it would be better if they just kind of place you in a different assignment.
So does this happen with a lot of people that come here?
It does.
So do you feel like okay, back to my point where I was just thinking about earlier, wouldn't you think that's more of the management fault rather than the people that they hire fault?
It's both. We have seen that individuals come here and the first day they just start doing the lines per hour. And we have seen other individuals that they manage the equipment super well, but the process is just different. They're used to something else. Unfortunately, at this moment, there's a rate that you have to hit in the third day.
Like, this is technically not his first day. It's his second day, but his first day was training. I guess the second day is just him by himself. Like, one day of training is crazy. I don't know exactly what his job entails, but it's one day and you expect him to be on point, moving fast. The next day is crazy work.
So I don't think it's neither of your fault or our fault. It's just that this training has been in place and it works with some individuals and it doesn't work with some other individuals.
Okay, so instead of asking questions and understanding an employee's perspective or whatever had happened yesterday, you just fired them. Then because no one came to me yesterday, asked questions or anything, and I'm thinking I'm doing a solid job. No.
And each person is a little different. So yes, you were with someone yesterday, maybe with someone new today. So maybe it's just the processes that is not getting. We have seen it with other employees that they just they get it in a different way and they get it pretty fast. We're not blaming you, or isn't your fault. What I'm saying is that maybe this is not the right fit for you. So
Sometimes, man, it takes some people a little time. You know, when I started working at Burger King for the first time, I was 17. It was managers in there who didn't think I was gonna make it. Okay, because I couldn't get anything. All right, but it took me some time. But once I got it, I became the best worker in that place. Okay, but if they would have fired me second day, they would have never found that out. They gave me a chance. Of course, you know, fast food and what he's doing a little different, but you got to give some people a chance. They're not going to pick up everything on day one and be like efficient with it. It just not.
I was confused on the cancellation, and that's what was going on with Dusty and her. Like, I was confused of the reasons behind, but now that I got the inside, so I think it will be so little the information that we provided yesterday that was not, like today, it just didn't seem like that was something that you were capable to do. So this is the reason why I'm saying that the environment maybe is not a good fit.
That logically doesn't make any sense. I'm really trying to understand y'all, but hey, you know, if this is how like y'all operate, I'll be honest with you guys. That needs to be like, y'all need to do better with that. Because that's because that is crazy. I feel like there's no accountability for the management side, because how can you train someone within one day, barely even 2 days?
Less than the 1 day, because like it's like per hours that you train and not the whole day, because you have a break. You have a like
African American, his tall black guy that's in here. What's his name?
Dusty.
You said his name is what?
Dusty.
Justin?
Dusty.
Dustin?
He's the supervisor.
Nah, well, I don't know why he was scared to come in there in the first place. I don't care about what he had to do. He went out. He came out here like a man to me and said, "I need to go over here and talk." And he didn't come. He didn't come when I asked him to. Yeah, I got to do better with y'all management. Y'all need to do a lot better with that. I'm good to go. Shoot, that's cool to me.
Yeah, so y'all put down in the comments 1 through 8 whether you think they deserve to get fired or not. But my getting fired on the first day story, I went through a temp service, and it was a warehouse job, and they were making and packaging sandpaper, and they put me at the final spot, and basically I was being trained to get the sales ticket, see what's on it, package it up for delivery, and put after you package it up, you put the sticker on it or whatever, the mailing package sticker, and get it ready to go. The manager was training me because they had nobody else working that spot. So he had to work that spot, and he had to train me. And he was going fast as I don't know what, and flying everywhere. And I got in there late because they temp service called me late and said, "Hey, can you be there in about an hour?" So I went there, and not too long after I got there, they had lunch. It was 30-minute break. So take a 30-minute break, go back, get it trained some more. Trust me, I'm not getting none of this stuff because he's not explaining it. He's just moving super fast and talking at the same time. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't keep up. So we went on another break. And me being young, I think I was like 20, 21 at this time. That's my first time having a job where you take multiple breaks, okay? So it was only, I think, a 10-minute break, but I assumed it was a 30-minute break. So I came back from the break because I actually went outside and sat in my car. I came back from the break 20 minutes late. I come around the corner and the guy's like, where were you? I was like, I was on break. He said it was only supposed to be 10 minutes. I was like, I didn't know that. And he was like, what job have you had that you take 2 30-minute breaks? And I was like, I've never had a job where I've taken 2 breaks. So it's a first for me. And, and then he said, well, I don't think this is going to work out. And I was like, you right. And I left. So, but yeah, let me know. Have y'all ever been fired on your first day? Have you ever been fired? Period. All right, let me know down in the comment section. There's another video on the screen right now. If you enjoyed this one, you're going to enjoy that one. And I will see you over there.